That's crazy, bro. That's crazy.
By now, I'm sure that you're familiar with the fact that VTubers come in many different shapes and sizes. But even so, most of them are united by having one thing in common. And that's the fact that their designs are based on what an anime character would look like. This has been the norm for years now. But speaking of anime, with its many varied styles and themes,
I love this creator that this video is from. I watch almost all of his stuff. Yeah, Mugen. I love Mugen, dude.
The fact that so many anime characters
does some great videos.
somehow end up looking exactly the same. This is sometimes passed off.
He keeps me up to date on everything happening in the VTuber world when I can.
Because are so simple, it's inevitable that you'd have two characters kind of looking the same.
Yo, this is so true, though. This is so true. Can I just say? So it's simplified enough to where characters are bound to look the same, and there are so many anime nowadays and so many just art styles of anime characters in general that at the very least two characters are gonna bound to look like each other somewhat to an extent, right?
What the reason might be, people notice these things very quickly. And seeing that VTubing has
there's like general rules, like white-haired character could look like another white-haired character just because they have primarily white hair, you know?
absolutely exploded since 2018, going from having 1,000 active VTubers to 10,000 by January 2020, and reaching over 50,000 active VTubers live streaming on both Twitch and YouTube in 2023. This meant that just like anime, you'd start seeing the inevitable rise of VTubers that kind of look similar.
It's kind of insane that there are 50,000 active VTubers live streaming right now. Holy crap, dude. We've ballooned so much. Sorry, I'll stop pausing so much.
These comparisons would start being a common occurrence and would create drama more often than once. But here's the thing. No matter how big you are as a VTuber, no matter how much influence you have in the community, if you publicly call out someone for plagiarizing your design, for copying you, without having very concrete proof, then you will always receive heavy backlash.
Yeah, you gotta have your proof, man.
The Cinder drama, where she actively sought to sabotage another VTuber because she blamed her for copying both her design and personality when she literally started VTubing before her. It was ridiculous.
Crazy.
But even though we had this
actually
incident and many others before it take place very similarly, it didn't stop this VTuber from doing the same exact thing. Bullying a smaller artist publicly for ridiculous claims of plagiarism, and within just the span of 24 hours losing all credibility in the community, to then eventually coming up with one of the worst apologies you can imagine. Guys, it's been a while since we spoke about stupid VTuber drama, but seeing how this made me roll my eyes multiple times as I was seeing it unfold, I thought we had to talk about it. So without further ado, let's do this.
Don't you just love seeing people? Oh, I'm bald again. Don't you just love seeing people digging themselves to their own grave? God damn, bruh.
We all.
Whoa! Oh. I paused the video. I didn't expect to come into anime thighs immediately afterwards. Okay, that was god damn.
Whoa! A very important question. Like, for example, what is their nutritional value? Well, I'll tell you. Less than 1 carbohydrate, 0 sugar, and a way healthier.
Oh, it's an ad! It's an ad!
Piss-flavored energy drinks. Yes, that's right. I'm talking about gamer subs. They literally have an anime girl thigh flavor. And if you use the code Mugen at checkout, you get 10% off your entire order. But don't worry, I know what you might be thinking.
You guys want to know what anime girl thigh tastes like?
Girl thighs, but
get
I have no idea if I'll like it. Well, here's the deal. You can
right now get his gamer subs
flavor samples to your cart. Now, usually you'd only
What are you
have
watching?
to pay for
VTuber
shipping,
Drama.
But if you use the code Mugen, then gamer subs will literally pay for your shipping. You'd be paying nothing.
The ball cap by so unintended consequences. It is.
I didn't even have to convince gamer subs to do this. They just did it because they felt sorry for me because I live in France. Every time you use my code, not only are you supporting me directly, but you increase the chance of us getting our own flavor. Anyway,
gotta be down bad to try that. All right, you know what it reminds me of, actually, real quick? It reminds me of those vending machines in Japan that sell used panties. Because, holy shit, that you're just down horrendous, you know? I don't even have any more words to comment on that. Let's continue.
Here's the deal. You ask any VTuber
you heard me,
what the lifeblood of this industry is, and they'll probably reply with artists. because it's the truth. A VTuber's entire
truth.
identity and brand, I mean, their entire design is reliant fully on...
Have GamerSubs reached out to you already, Z? No, they haven't, unfortunately. One day they will. But also, this one. Yes, VTubers, definitely, like, our artists are... Like, holy shit, we must treasure our artists. They are precious to us. They are not only the people, or at least part of the people who give us life, but also they are responsible for giving us characters that people, like, love, you know? I was explaining this to someone recently, but I'm like, if my model wasn't as well drawn as it is, then I bet you I wouldn't have as many people click on my videos, especially the how to be a VTuber videos, because having a well-drawn model for especially a VTuber tutorial kind of gives you that credibility, you know? Even if people like don't really know or think about it that way, it's kind of how it is, you know? Because of the quality. Yeah, it's like, it's the packaging. If something has good packaging, then people kind of associate it with better you know, containment, better stuff that's in it. I cannot English, but yeah, you wouldn't be handsome. I guess no, I wouldn't be, Inker. I wouldn't be.
Artists. But the harsh reality is that getting a VTuber model made from start to finish is quite the costly endeavor. Because depending on the complexity and the artist you're hiring, it can easily cost thousands of dollars and take months, sometimes over a year, to be made.
My VTuber model cost me about initially $1,500 USD, and it took like about 3 to 4 months to make. And then over time, over the years that I've had it, I've upgraded the model, so adding V-Bridger tracking and emotes and toggles and everything like that, which bumped it up to like $2 to $2.5 grand ish, roughly. Yeah.
Seeing that there's so many people that want to become VTubers, this harsh reality ended up creating some unique solutions like pre-made models. These, for example,
pre-made models are
all ready to use, and their price is very affordable. The only caveat is that anyone can buy this and use it. You're not the exclusive owner. And similarly to this creative solution of pre-made models, another unique idea popped up: adoption. It involves someone posting a concept of a VTuber.
Adoption existed
while asking for a particular price for
back in the day in
like
DeviantArt.
The price that you think is
right.
But
it's made its way to VTubers
upsides.
Nowadays.
Some people
I guess.
Don't like to conceptualize.
That's a really nice design, by the way.
And would rather use something really cool by another artist. This also would allow you to finish the concepting step and maybe save up money for the next steps without any pressure, without any time constraints. In fact, this concept that we just saw was drawn by Utenzi. She regularly posts different VTuber concepts and will put them up for adoption.
Fillion? Yeah, Fillion still uses the public model, right?
Would do what she always does. She would post 2 different concepts, with the first one being a purple-themed girl wearing alt clothing, and the second one being this demon girl. Up until this point, this was just another day for Utenzi, doing what she's always done. But that would of course be until it caught Melly's attention, a sizable artist and VTuber in the community. The next day, she would quote tweet Utenzi's post and say, "Hey, that kind of looks like ... Very directly implying that the Red Demon Girl concept of Utenzi was a direct copy of her model, that she was being plagiarized. Now, what I like about this is that we're still at the beginning of this incident, right? And the replies on this post already don't want anything to do with it. The most liked reply is, "Do not start this. Oh my fucking god, I am so tired of seeing people accuse artists of stealing designs. Can we please stop doing this?" Or this guy saying, "Delete this shit. Your concept and design is generic as fuck, and there's a plethora of artists that could follow your same logic and accuse you of stealing their design."
Truth, 100%.
But even though this was the community sentiment, Melly decided to double down. Quote tweeting.
Why is there so much drama about like other people copying other VTubers models when they don't look anywhere near close to identical? Like I don't get it. Like this one, oh my god, okay, let's just see what Mujin has to say.
Utenzi's post again and saying, "Of course I don't own the concept of Red Demon Girl, but it's so on the nose I can't turn away. The colors are similar, the pigtails, the broken horn on the exact side, the earrings, the torn wings, mismatched leggings, Ribbons on the sleeves, the shoes, I'm just a bit sag. Alright, so look, Melly was saying this was very on the nose, that everything from the...
Okay. All right, chat. Let's dissect this real quick, shall we? People just want to make others angry? Yep, I guess so. Because they have nothing else to do. Nothing else better in their lives to do. Okay, so what was the accusations? The pigtails, broken horn. Okay, let's go. Okay, hang on a second. One by one, chat, one by one. Okay, here we go. The sigh of pure despair and disappointment. So, pigtails, generic as fuck, okay? You're not the owner of pigtails. Let's get that straight. Everybody can have pigtails. Broken horn, also generic. On the exact same side, there is a 50% chance of getting that accidentally. There's only 2 horns. Earrings, as in like having earrings or the same earrings? Is it just having earrings? They're not even the same earring. That's like that's an upside down cross, and she got piercings. Just like through her ears, it's not even a dangly. Torn wings. Yeah, but demons always have torn wings. That's a trope. Mismatched legging. Everybody has mismatched. Let me guys show you Zana. Real quick. This is my concept for my female alter ego. Look, she has mismatched leggings. Guys, I'm gonna get cancelled. I'm gonna get called out for copying. I'm gonna lose my job. I'm gonna lose my career. I'm done for, guys. It's GG for me. Oh god. I've been lurking. Just want to say this is crazy. Like, they're so different, right? It's insane. I love Vijay. I get all my internet dramas from him. He's great. I love him. Like, he's such a good creator, dude. Not you, Zekas, right? Oh my goodness. And one pigtail, bro. I wouldn't be surprised if one of the points was wears clothes. Honestly, like, these are so generic. You have a wing, an earring, and mismatched leggings. Yeah, I'm cooked, man. Like, even my model. If you count this, I don't know if you count this, but I technically got mismatched leggings. You know, am I cooked? If these were any tighter, these would be leggings. I would be so cooked. Oh god. Get ready for the Google Docky. Oh my god, I'm gonna get Google Docky, bro. Okay, let's go. Ribbons on the sleeves. Okay, but that's like not even like. Okay, I see the ribbons. They're not the same design. Okay, they are ribbons. You can only draw ribbons a certain way. Okay, they still have to look like ribbons. But these are like giant ribbons on the sides, and hers is like smaller ribbons scattered across. It's not even like they're tiny, like there. They're not even on the same like side of the sleeve. Goodness gracious, we've gone too far back. And the shoes. She's wearing like, okay, she's got like mouth feet, and she's got like something that looks like mouth feet but more resembles like you know those rock climbing shoes? Not rock climbing, sorry. The like, you know, when what's it called? You know, the ice shoes. Hang on. Let me look this up. Like these but more exaggerated, you know, kind of thing. So they're not even like, I can see why she would think they'd be like hers, but they're not that, you know. They're just spiky shoes. They both got fishnets, but they're completely different fishnets. Exactly, they're totally different. Oh god. Okay, I'm just a bit sad, bro. You're making yourself sad. There's nothing here to be sad about. They're completely different designs. Oh goodness. Okay, let's continue. Anyway, I've taken up so much time just ranting about the designs. I'm sorry, like, I'm so, like, this type of thing tilts me as someone who actually designs VTubers. My commission days are over. I don't, you know, take commissions for them anymore, but I designed my own model. I designed Zana, and I designed like 3 other VTuber children. So like something like this kind of like irks me a little bit. This is just asking to get canceled now. It kind of is a little bit, but you know, people are gonna be silly. That she's just naming stuff. They're both a girl. They both have 2 arms. That doesn't make them the same, right? Exactly. Goodness gracious.
We're copying her directly.
Let's continue.
So to make things easier for you, I put both designs side by side.
Thank you, Mujin.
Mel claims that the wings are meant to be a copy of hers when they look literally nothing alike.
No, they
She also
don't.
claims that the colors are exactly the same when they're literally not. They're completely different. One is more on the pink side, one is more on the red side.
Yeah.
She then goes on.
God forbid you share the same color range as someone else. God forbid. God forbid there's another blue VTuber or white VTuber that can cancel me for having the same color range. Dear Lord.
To say that the earrings are exactly the same when that could not be further from the truth. The mismatched leggings are the same when, again, that could not be further from the reality.
Crazy.
And my personal favorite, the broken horn on the exact side. Can someone please help me understand how this chipped horn is anything similar to this completely fucked up, torn out horn on the side of her head? Am I missing something here?
Oh, man.
The good news is, no, I'm not delusional, because guess what? She got ratioed more than once on this post.
Ratio
This
her.
illustrator saying, this behavior needs to stop. As a character designer, I can confidently say they look nothing alike aside from the red theme and broken horn. Mean girl behavior is ruining the space. Why don't you just make friends with people with similar designs?
Yes,
You know, this is a very good
preach.
point. If she quote-tweeted this design and said something along the lines of, oh my god, demon girls with horns, like we look so cool or whatever, that would have gotten so much positive traction.
Dude, let me tell you something. I don't know if anybody here is from Zeki's chat when he rated me. If you are, feel free to say hi. But basically, or Zeki yourself, dude, if you're here, I recently got rated by this handsome motherfucker called Zeki, okay? This handsome boy. And he is literally like so similar to me. He has white hair. He's got wings. He's got like a nice like Ikemen design, you know, right? And I'm like, and we have the like a very similar name. It's like Zeki, Zeko's, basically the same. And I'm just like, dude, that's so fucking cool. I found my twin. That's amazing. and I feel like that should be the kind of reaction that you should have. You know, it's like, don't reprimand or bring down people just because they look somewhat similar to you. I think it's like really cool when someone shares the same kind of design stuff as me. It kind of makes you feel like you're connected in a way, you know? Like you had the same mindset going through the design process to choose something similar. He's your brother, basically. Like I think it's really cool when you get to share something like that. I love this. Other creators, I don't agree with them, but don't send hate. Please be nice. Leave them alone. Zekos, please ratio. I don't. Okay, ratioing is different. Okay. Let's just. Please do not send hate. Please do not send hate. But you can tell them off, telling them that this is unacceptable behavior, but in a nice, polite way. Okay, let's be civil about this. I honestly wouldn't be surprised if if somehow our models get claimed as stolen one day because of some similar features. Dude, the only thing that's saving me from that, because I'm a smaller VTuber, right? So a bigger VTuber with a similar design to me can easily come up and just like whack me in the face, and I can't do shit about it because they'd have a bigger audience. Like that's just the reality of things. I'm small. I'm tiny in the grand scheme of things. But the thing I've got going for me is 2 things. Okay, I got 2 things going for me. One, I've been around the space since basically like the start, almost. But I've been around since like 2021-ish, roughly. I've been doing this for a long time, or like a while in VTuber content creation terms. I created the how to be a VTuber tutorial as well, so I guess that helps my case. But the second thing that I wanted to emphasize, or like to show that I've got something going for me, is that I'm a guy. Thankfully, or I guess in a way not thankfully, because male VTubers don't get as much attention, but there's also less of us Okay, there's less of male VTubers, and when there's less of us going around, there's less likelihood of other male VTubers sharing the same designs that I do. There's always a chance, but it's much smaller, just as a probability thing. But I've at least got those two going for me. It's been 84 years. It has been It's been 84 years.
Instead, she's getting ratioed. Another person who ratioed her said, I'm gonna be honest here, fam, but aside from the hair and color palette, it's not that similar to be made into a call-out post. People were not having it, okay? These similarities that she was talking about, they just weren't there. What people were seeing, though, is a bigger creator calling out a smaller creator, sending harassment their way over something that couldn't be further from the truth. If she's claiming that this design is plagiarizing her, then she should also call out Iron Mouse's 2023 design, because she also has mismatched leggings, earrings, wings, and longer pigtails. I mean, the only thing missing is what? The red color and a broken horn. But even though she was definitely...
this makes you wonder, right? How much does color play a part into these people's thinking? Think about it, right? The color is the biggest instantaneous thing that you react to when you see a model. That and its shape, but it's usually like the color, because color is like really easy to identify. It's like, oh yeah, that's red, or oh yeah, that's blue, you know?
Reaching with that public call out, it still made Utenzi
yes, we love
feel forced
yes.
to make a public statement about it. So she quote tweeted what Melly had said about her and said, I just want to share what inspired me. And I'm sorry if it turned out we were inspired by something similar. I adjusted some of the details you mentioned because creating original characters is very important to me. I hope you understand. So because of this, she was actually forced to publicly show the references that she used to...
Yeah, see, that's what I'm talking about. And I understand like the munch feet, but look, it's like the cleats. I wasn't far off the mark. Everything I'm going for most likely was used. I just love fantasy, dragon, samurai and stuff. We take inspiration from the same stuff because media shows us the same stuff, you know? Nothing is original nowadays. So it's like, take inspiration from the things that you like and let that drive you. Whether or not it ends up being quote unquote, like, you know, or just not quote unquote, but whether or not it ends up looking like someone else is just going to be down to coincidence at that stage. Like, so many things are just similar, you know, but that doesn't mean you stole or copied from someone.
Come up with this concept. She also felt forced to change the concept itself and even apologized by saying, I'm sorry if it turned out we were inspired by something similar. This post ended up getting a lot of interaction with many people in the reply.
You got nothing to be sorry about, Utenzi. You got nothing to be sorry about.
Is telling Utenzi to please not apologize because she did nothing wrong.
Absolutely.
She then replied to her post and said, it makes me sad since this could have been resolved in DMs. I even made a post about this recently. I hadn't seen their design and it's unfortunate this happened. Linking a post she had made just a couple of weeks ago saying, fun fact, there are millions of artists who design characters and sometimes two people can create almost identical designs without ever seeing each other's work. The world is big and ideas often overlap, so it is nice to remember this before thinking someone copied someone. It was now evident Utenzi had done nothing wrong, and she also seemed like a very reasonable person. This could have been very easily solved.
Yeah, they seemed super nice.
But instead it was made public in an attempt to discredit her. So seeing how this was made public and how much traction this post had gotten, the next tweet that Melly would make would be, what the hell did I wake up to?
Ain't no way,
she had
bro.
Called out Utenzi, tried to discredit her publicly, was completely in the wrong, went to sleep, and then woke up to immense backlash. Many of the replies say, you just woke up to the consequences of your actions, but that didn't...
the freaking string of the consequences of your own actions. Oh, crazy. Who would have thunk it? Consequences, huh? Consequences. Who would have thunk? Just sad to see that people are forced to prove themselves for something like this. Right? You don't need to. You shouldn't have to. It's crazy. Absolutely insane.
Mean in any way that it wasn't still salvageable. By this point, she could have still recovered everything if she just apologized. It could have ended right here. So did she actually take a step back, take accountability, and avoid any more needless drama? Of course not. This is VTuber drama. It never ends on a good note. She decided to triple down and would make this very stupid tweet saying, never have I said I own the concept of a red demon girl with pigtails. What the frig? The similarities to my own design merely made me baffled and saddened because no matter how different it was adjusted, it very much felt the same. I won't be gaslit into thinking anything else.
Thank you for the
Of course, there's no such thing as a good VTuber drama without community notes, and that's exactly what ended up happening on this post. The note said, Melly claims that Utenzi made her design too similar to her, when the wings, boots, bottoms, shirt, skin, horns, and no marks on the skin are so different. Utenzi provided inspiration in her drawing.
I'm glad for community notes, man. This is like, people who talk bullshit can't get away with their bullshit. I'm glad for this.
That doesn't even involve Melly, linking the post we already saw of Utenzi showing her references. Now look, I know what you're thinking. This audio looks really bad. But at this point, Melly is just a gift that keeps on giving, because look at this catastrophic reply to this post.
Oh, here we go.
Also, I hate the whole it should have been kept private because I don't know this person. I don't want to know this person. They made me feel uncomfy. I don't want to message them, period. I said my piece and will continue to be the red demon with pigtails. I mean, at this point,
if I could grimace in this model, I would. Oh, that was a terrible reply. Oh my god.
What can I say, man?
That's pain.
This has over 380 replies with over 200 quote tweets. This reply by Kenny sums it up. Talk to someone like an adult? Thumbs down. Call them out publicly and they get harassed? Thumbs up. It's like, dude, Utenzi literally has open DMs. There should absolutely be zero excuse for someone like Melly to make a call-out post like this without even attempting to message Utenzi, because that's just the definition of being malicious. Why else would you call out a smaller creator like this in front of your community? By this point, it was painfully obvious to just about everyone that this person cannot be reasoned with. They were just that delusional. But then something unexpected happened. Melly would completely disappear, not posting anything else on her socials ever since that catastrophic reply on August 31st. And that silence would last for over a week. We'd only hear back from her on September 8th, 2025, when she would post this statement. People were hoping that this was going to be an apology after a long break where she realized that she was in the wrong. What they got instead was, well, let's read this. In the early morning of September 1st, I nearly made an irreversible decision on my life. I've since been recovering and surrounding myself with friends and loved ones who are helping keeping me company. I got a glimpse of a few messages I got from friends online and want to thank you so much for reaching out. I'm sorry I couldn't respond, but I hope I'm able to in the coming days as I slowly regain the strength to do so. I 100% should have dealt with things privately, or at the very least ignored and moved on, but that just wasn't the case. I'm keeping the post up unless asked to be taken down so people can get the context if needed. I love the VTuber art community so much, but to feel the sheer cruelty the community can carry left me wanting to step away from engaging in it. So to protect my health, my friend will be stepping in for me and going through my messages and blocking those who took things too far or were cruel to an unimaginable degree. They will also be managing my Twitter till the foreseeable future, so if there are any business inquiries, etc., they will still be passed along to me, just sifted through by my friend. Thank you to those who waited for me. I've got a lot more art and silly things to share in the world still. So look, I think...
Okay. Before we go any further, I want to say, regardless of how much of a narcissistic asshole someone is and how delusional they may be in their claims and accusations against someone who did not deserve it, people should not be going out of their way to give people like these, even people like Melly, death threats or cruel statements or anything that would result in something like this, right? Yes, absolutely reprimand them for being, an ass, but don't send them death threats or don't act, don't tell them to, freaking off themselves or anything like that. That's messed up. They're just evil. Yeah, man. Shouldn't do that. Be humans. Be humans to your fellow humans, bruh.
It goes without saying, I would never want to see someone leave this planet over drama online.
Exactly.
Especially VTuber drama.
Exactly.
It should never get to that point. With that being said though, this post does come off as Melly trying her hardest to appear like the victim here, when in reality this entire thing occurred because she felt the need to call out a smaller artist publicly, attempting to discredit them and sending harassment their way over something that could not be further from the truth. The closest thing to an apology that we got was her saying, I 100% should have dealt with things privately, or at the very least ignored and moved on, but that just wasn't the case. This made many people feel like she was not even attempting to take accountability here, still doubling down on the fact that Utenzi did actually copy her design, when it was already proven that it wasn't. What happened to Melly was exactly what she was hoping to inflict on Utenzi. This directly affected her credibility and ruined her reputation pretty much in a day. Utenzi, on the other hand, didn't even comment on this statement that Melly had made, instead choosing to continue drawing designs drama-free and being able to sell, well, most of them from what it seems like. Ultimately, I don't wish Melly any harm, but I hope with this situation and the many others before it, people stop creating such dumb public callouts without thinking of the consequences and the fact that they'd have to face accountability. Anyway.
Oh my god, it's that word, accountability. It's so scary. The VTuber community, when the word accountability comes up. It's like, oh my god. I just hope we all don't get involved into drama like this. Being small streamers has its positives sometimes. Yeah, exactly. At least like we won't be put under a microscope, or like we won't have to deal with backlash of this extent if we do something that slightly upsets someone. Or even like, you know, getting accused, like poor Utenzi over here getting accused for something that she shouldn't have been, or they shouldn't have been accused for.
Till the end. I missed you guys. Expect a lot of videos coming up soon.
Hell yeah, Mojin, let's go.
Gamer subs and join my Discord because we have a lot of cool things coming up. And you can also DM me directly with proof that you used my code on Gamer Subs to get a special role. I love you so much, and I'll see you in the next video whenever that is. Mwah!
What's that say? The fact that you're human is like so on the nose. Stop copying me, freak. There you go, guys. That's a great video. Great video again, Mujin. Great video.